Hey guys, and welcome to this week's version of the Original Strength BodCast. I have a very special guest this week, Mr. Chris Jones.
Hey.
That was weak. That was weak, Chris.
Sorry. Hey, what's going on, guys and girls?
Just to let you know, Chris he's a good friend of mine, but he's also our master trainer here at the Original Strength Institute. And today he is going to be our subject matter expert on the topics that we'll be discussing. Just to give you a little bit of background about Chris, more than him being a master OSI instructor, Chris is also a jiu-jitsu instructor. What do you guys call it? Is that a sensei?
No, not like I would just be a coach. So I'm a brown belt, so I'd be a coach after. Once you turn black belt, then it's professor.
Professor?
Yeah.
All right, professor. I did not know that either.
So just a coach for now until I get a black belt.
So the reason I call Chris our subject matter expert today is because we're taking a question written in by a viewer that was, how do we create and maintain a mindset for strength and fitness? And my friend Chris here just completed a 100 push-up and 100 pull-up challenge every day for 30 days. So I figured he was the perfect person to talk about creating a mindset for strength and fitness. So Chris,
Yes.
Can you tell me about your experience for doing 100 push-ups and 100 pull-ups a day for 30 days?
Okay. So to be honest, I don't know why I thought about doing it.
Well, that answers that question.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
I should
why?
say,
Why did you do it?
I didn't know why, but there was a reason. I knew there was a reason, but at the time I didn't know why. I was just like, this is what I'm going to do. As I went through the month, I started to realize like, okay, these are the reasons why I wanted to start doing it. One of them was, and probably the first thing that I noticed was, I wanted to do something for 30 days that wasn't easy. I felt a little content, like where I was kind of in a comfort zone, and I'm very big about being out of your comfort zone. That's where you're definitely going to see the most change. And I wasn't, and I probably was in the comfort zone for too long. So I figured that would get me out of my comfort zone, because I don't really, like, I'm not the type of person, I don't, like, when it comes to strength training or anything like that, like, I don't usually set goals for myself. I'll kind of just be like, try things, and if I can do it, I do it, and if it feels close, then I'll try, like, just, little things. So I wanted to do something, so as far as that would be something that I had to do every day, like a simple task, but it had to be done every day. Instead of saying like, oh, at the end of 30 days, I want to be able to do a Turkish get up with a, say, 24 pound or 24 kilogram kettlebell. Like, to me, I would go like, if I got half win, if I wasn't into it, I would just, forget it. I could care less if I could do that. But I wanted to challenge myself to be able to do something that I knew I could do, but do it the 30 days. That's where, to me, the challenge was. But it wasn't a challenge.
So wait a minute. So really, what you discovered is that you wanted to give yourself something that would force you to show up every day.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
And you went into it thinking it was going to be a challenge, but you discovered that it really 100 push-ups and 100 pull-ups a day was not a challenge.
100. Yeah. For someone that has been doing push-ups and pull-ups since they were 8 years old, 100 a day was really easy to do.
Really?
Well, I should say, because I'm also spreading them out throughout the day. So I'm trying to do it smart. I wasn't trying to do like, come into the gym and get like 100 in like an hour or something like that. Like that, the idea was to spread them out throughout the day and only do it in sets of 10. So I only did 10 pull-ups, and then I would do, 10 pull-ups, and then I would do 10 push-ups. So I always did the pull-ups first, because I knew they were going to be the hardest. I knew that there could be times where I wouldn't be able to complete all 10 without taking a rest.
Okay.
So even within those 10, there would be sometimes I'd have to rest. Like I could only do maybe 5, and I would stop when I knew that I would struggle to reach 10, because I didn't want to max out. Like I didn't want to burn myself out, because I knew that I had a lot more down the road. So I didn't want to have to sit there for 20 minutes and before I could do 10 more. So I wanted to, so if I got 5 in, then I got 5, and I would just rest, maybe walk around, do some resets, and then hop back on and finish my 5, and then go right down and do my 10 push-ups. Because the push-ups, except for one day, the push-ups were always, pretty simple. That was just more of like I don't want to just pull, 30,000 pulls in a month without doing pushing too. So that's why I added the push-ups to it.
So Chris just mentioned 2 things. The way he spread out his push-ups and pull-ups throughout the day, I think we would call that kind of training greasing the groove. So he's adding up his numbers throughout the day. So he's just greasing the groove of those movements, and that way it doesn't overtax his body so that he can get his numbers in. The other thing he just mentioned was that he wanted to balance his pushing with pulls. So is that why you chose those two movements, pull-ups and push-ups, just to
and it would be, and I figured I can do those anywhere because I have a tree limb in my yard that I do my pull-ups on at home, and you can do push-ups anywhere. So
it's very outdoorsy and natural of you.
That was fun. It's a good.
So let's get to the fun part of this.
Okay.
100 pull-ups and 100 push-ups a day for 30 days is, if I do the math right, and I'm no mathematician. Actually, at my degree I am, but it's just a label. I don't like to conform to labels. But that would be 3,000. Is it 3,000?
3,000.
3,000 pull-ups and 3,000 push-ups in a month. So the question is, how many did you end up doing?
6,000.
6,000. So wait, but that's like doing 200 pull-ups and 200 push-ups a day if you took the average.
If you took the average.
Yeah. You didn't do 200 pull-ups and push-ups a day though, did you?
I did not.
He did not. Did you? What was your? Give us an outlier day. What was that like during your 30 days?
The first outlier day was 600.
600 pull-ups and push-ups?
It was always pulls and push-ups. So we can just say anytime I say a number, it's both. There's not just one or the other, because again, I did 10 and 10. I never did 10 push-ups until I was done with my 10 pull-ups.
Gotcha.
And I would never do more pull-ups until I did the 10 push-ups, and only in sets of 10.
So while you broke the rule of doing 100 a day, you kept to your rule of doing 10 of each time.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So 600 was your first outlier. Did you ever do more than 600? What? Yep. No. What?
So, all right. So did the 600, and the reason I did the 600, I think that would probably be kind of important to talk about, is because, like I said, it wasn't hard. It was easy. So not the 600. Sorry, the hundreds were easy. And then I did a couple. Then I was realizing, like, I was still thinking about recovery and possible like elbow issues because of so much pulling. Because I was doing, I'm trying to get full range of pull-ups as much as I can. I would try to extend all the way out and pull my, try to get chest to chest, not even just chin, but get to like the top of my chest to the bar. So I assumed that I was going to have some, elbow issues or something like that, maybe some shoulder issues, not anything like injure myself, but where I would need to take a break, like maybe it felt like possibly a little tendonitis coming on or something. So what I did is I realized that I scheduled an rest day, I guess you could say. I did 150 one day, and then I wasn't going to do any the next day, and then I was going to do 150 the day after, so that we could stay on that track of 100 a day. Well, I wound up not resting. I did the 150, and that felt fine. I felt fine, so I did 100 the next day, and then I think probably 200 the day after that. I started to feel really good, so I started to add more to it. Another reason why I added more is because I teach 3 days out of the week. I teach the early morning classes, so I was getting done with my 100 pull-ups by like 6 o'clock in the morning sometimes. And it kind of defeated the purpose of what I was trying to do, that it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. It's like, all right, now what? What do I do now,
Now what?
So I decided to just up it. And then for the 600 day, what happened was I always wrote how many I did down. And I kind of did the math, and I was like, well, it was a Monday, and I was like, well, if I did 200 today, and it's like, I'm getting really close. I was like, if I can get a big number tomorrow, and then and another decent number the day after, that would be day 15, and I could hit 3,000. I could hit my mark halfway through. So I kind of got pretty psyched about that, and so on a Tuesday I wound up doing 600, and then the following day I did 200, which brought me to my 3,000, and actually I think it was actually 14 days, and it was either 14 or 15, I don't remember. But the nice thing about what happened there was then, after I did the 200 day, so then like Wednesday was the 200 day after the 600 day. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday was back to 100 day, and it was back to this sucks 100 day. I got back to where I wanted to be, of making it like where the mindset of getting these in, because I told myself I was going to do it, came in.
So the mental burden of it settled in. That's
what came back. That what I was looking for, what I realized I was looking for in the first place, that's when that started to happen.
So wait, when you discovered that you wanted to challenge yourself and show up every day with a task, was this task to challenge your body or challenge your mind?
It started off challenge. Yeah, it was totally my mind, and it was just like like other things I would not care enough about. Like I would just be like, again, a goal, a 4-week goal, it doesn't interest me. A 6-week goal doesn't interest me. Because I'd just be like, reality would set. I'd be like, I honestly don't care.
So you had a daily goal.
I needed to do a daily goal.
All right. So my friend Dan John has this saying that he got from Dan Gable: if it's important, do it every day. So that was your important task to do every day.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And I got it in. I always got in, and it was someday. I should say, so it was definitely a mental challenge to push myself on the days that I didn't feel like doing it.
Okay.
Because there were days, but the days I didn't feel like doing it was because I kind of felt sore from the day before, like from the accumulation of them. So not just like, oh, I don't feel like getting out of bed.
Would showing up on days that you don't feel like doing it be one of the pivotal points or one of the necessities for creating and maintaining a mindset for health and strength? Would that have? I would say for sure, because I mean, you need to do it. It's not, I mean, if you want to be happy and like not, be on the sidelines and actually like do stuff and live a life of being in it, it's you have to show up. You can't put off. It's not, and it's not like every once in a while type of thing. I mean, again, and something's better than nothing. But I mean, for me at least, it's like I need to do something every day. If I didn't do something every day, I would be hurting. I would be broken for sure. So I'm gonna press pause on that because I want to ask you about that.
Okay.
But just to get to let's fast forward to the end of your 30-day challenge. You did 6,000 pull-ups and 6,000 push-ups. What was the most you did in any day?
The most I did in one day was the Friday before it was over. I did 1,000 push-ups and pull-ups.
1,000 push. That's like Herschel Walker level volume right there. 1,000 push-ups and pull-ups. How did that day feel? That
was the best day. I mean, that's the funny thing is like if you were probably to look at if I were to show you my numbers, you would probably think like that the 600 day was hard and like the 1,000 day was hard and everything like that. Those were the easy days. That's why I was able to do that many of them. It was the 100 days in between that were hard. Those were the hard days to get my 100 in.
So wait. So on the 600 day and the 1,000 day, what you're saying is you took advantage of your body's feeling really good.
Yeah. Like I got a second win. Like I said, after the 600, I had some time where I was like, all right, I'm there, or maybe. And so then I reevaluated and I was like, I was thinking I was going to go for 5,000, maybe 4,000, something like that. Because I felt it. Like I said, I got sick, and like even like I got sick on Thursday. I was okay by Friday. I got everything in. But Saturday, I mean, those days were tough. They were hard. That I had to push myself to do it. Like it would have been real easy to give up on those days because it just was hard. I can't explain except for the fact that it was hard. Those were the days where I'm like, I'm so glad that I only gave myself 100 each to do and not more, because I don't know if I could have done any more.
So let me ask you this: 6,000 total push-ups and pull-ups in 30 days. That's 12,000 reps total. Did you learn anything?
I learned that I could do a heck of a lot more than I originally realized I could do.
So you learned I can.
Yeah.
I can.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
that's a valuable lesson to know that I can.
Yeah. I mean, I am extremely happy that I did it. I'm extremely happy that I did the 1,000 day. But after I did the 600 day, I was talking to people and I was like, I definitely could do 1,000, but I won't. It's like, unless someone pays me. I was like, if someone pays me to do it, I'll do it. I was like, I'm not going to do it because it didn't at the time, it didn't seem worth it. But then it got to a point, like I said, I did 400 by noon, and it was the first time that I ever went home, let my dogs out, ate, and turned around and came right back.
Who let the dogs out?
I did.
I did. All right. So, okay, let me. So we've gone through all of that. Now you know why I chose him as my subject matter expert, because that's showing up every day. So let me ask you this: what is, if you could distill it down to just a few secrets or one secret, what would be the secret to creating and maintaining a mindset for fitness and strength?
One would be that don't overthink it. Like, don't make it difficult, because it doesn't have to be.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be hard.
No. doesn't have to be hard. I mean, so like 100 wasn't hard for me. Like, so just because I did as many as I did, it wasn't hard to do it. I could definitely do it again easily.
Could a person just start out with a goal of
Yeah, just anything. I mean, there's people, like a couple of the members, they were doing like one did, instead of doing pull-ups, she did rows.
So what Chris is saying is that he actually inspired or infected other of our members to engage in their own challenge.
Yeah, there's at least well, I got at least 3 here. One of them got other people on board, which was cool. They did burpees.
Why?
Well, I don't know,
Why?
but I think it's because they want to do something that kind of stunk too.
I'm not anti-burpees, but I can think of other things
Yeah.
would rather do.
But and then the rows, and then there was some guy from, I don't even know where he was from, sent me a message on Instagram and asked me about it, and then he's, you know, a couple days later, he's like, thanks, man, I really appreciate it. He's like, I'm gonna go for 50 a day. He goes, he's like, I'm skinny fat, so I want to try to put some muscle on, so I'm gonna go for 50 a day.
So we had another question, which to me is along similar lines, is how do you generate self-motivation? Do you have any thoughts on that?
It's that's the hardest thing, probably. Showing up's the hardest thing. But there's so many different ways you could do it. It has to be, you know, what works for you. Like mine is, I don't want to be broken. I don't want to feel broken. You know, I want to be able to do the things that I want to do.
And that's important to you.
It's totally important to me. Oh my God, I would be so depressed if I couldn't hop on a skateboard and start skateboarding around.
Okay.
I would be so depressed.
All right. This, you should know this. I know if you're watching this, Chris looks like he's 30 something, but he's 49 and he's talking about hopping on a skate. Even if he was 30 something, he's talking about hopping on a skateboard. I'm impressed. But he's 49 and he loves to get on a skateboard.
Yeah, I still want to learn tricks. I used to do it and I got bummed out because I kind of quit because I couldn't do tricks because I didn't know how. But with YouTube now, it's like you can learn how to do things. So it got me back into it. Yeah, I went skating with Fury one time when we had a workshop here. Shout out to Fury.
He's referring to Coach Fury from New York.
He's the same
way.
way.
Famous strength and conditioning coach, by the way.
Look at him. He's like, on his birthday, what did he do? How many times was it that he pressed the 40 kg?
Yeah, too many.
Like 7 times each arm, and like, but at the same time, he could have put it down and then like skated to a skate park and started ripping up a skate park. You know,
40 kg is about 88 pounds for those people.
I looked at it after I saw that when I came here. I looked at it and I was like, nope.
So generating self-motivation, what you kind of said is it's important to you.
Yeah, you have to find something that you want to do.
It's so important. You would be miserable if you couldn't do it.
Yeah, I would, yeah. Because I've been there and I was miserable.
So listen, and you don't have to be a fitness person for this or an exercise buff, but like if the thought of playing with your grandkids is so important to you, like or versus the thought of not being able to play with them and having to just watch them play, then maybe that is what spurs you to get up and move every day. So it doesn't, again, you don't have to be an exercise freak.
No, I'm furthest from an exercise freak. I would never call myself an exercise freak ever.
You just really have to have something important and worth staying young and healthy.
Yeah, it's more. I want to feel as young as I can for as long as I can, so I can do the things that I want to do for as long as I can. Not buying into the BS that we're fed that as we get older we diminish strength and blah 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 and all this and we're supposed to do this and I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
Exactly, and that to me that is how you generate self-motivation, because you have to have a desire that is strong enough to pull you to show up every day.
Yeah. But just don't overthink it. Just move. Just do something. It doesn't have to be pretty.
It could be going for a walk every day. It could be just doing a few push-ups every day. Just moving a few minutes every day. But we're designed to move.
Carry something around.
Pick up
for a
something
little
heavy.
bit. Yeah, pick up something heavy.
heavy is relative.
Yeah,
too.
heavy is
Don't-
relative.
Don't think it's got to be like hundreds
it's
and hundreds
not.
of
It's
pounds.
heavy for you, not for anyone else. It's what you would consider heavy.
But the secret is moving.
Yes.
Have the desire to be able to move all your life, and let that desire be strong enough to move you every day. All right, so you said another thing earlier, that if you didn't show up every day, you would be broken and hurt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been broken and hurt.
He's
When
been
I wasn't-
broken
when I
and
wasn't showing up.
When he wasn't showing. Well, that's experience talking. Hence, subject matter expert. So Chris also, we have. He is also the creator of a program called the Unlock Your Body program that we actually have on OSI Online. And well, why? Tell us about that program.
Okay, so
Unlock Your Body.
Unlock Your Body. So it really started off. I wanted to write something for people in the jiu-jitsu world. Like I said, like we talked earlier, I do jiu-jitsu. There's a big, like, what I don't know, stigma or whatever, but like a lot of people are like, oh, you don't need to be, you don't need to be strong to do jiu-jitsu. It's not for the strong people. And then there's another side of the fence I talk about, like, oh, you got to be strong because what if, in competition, what if, if everything's equal, then it's the strength that's going to win. Where I don't believe in either side of that. So I believe that you need to be strong, but I don't think you need to be stronger than your opponent, but you need to be strong. But I don't think a lot of people are strong in the way that they're supposed to be strong, in my opinion. So they're not like in a strong where they can move well. There's people that can move well, but they're usually, maybe a lot of imbalances and stuff like that. So it was my way to try to like give something to the jiu-jitsu community that will maybe help fix them if they're broken. I shouldn't say fix, but help if they're broken. Get them back to where they're reflexively strong and not like, tension strong. And be able to maybe for some people, for me, it opened up my game. Like doing all the resets. Like I was able to start moving better. Which if I can move better, that means I'm going to get better at jiu-jitsu because I can learn more and I can do more things, which would make me better at jiu-jitsu. But for some people, it was, just, again, they could move well, but they would say maybe have a lot of injuries because of the fact that they were able to get in positions, but they were like compensating and didn't really have good movement patterns or anything, or, stuff like that. So it was along those lines to begin with.
So unlocking your body for you would be restoring your ability to move and be strong enough to do the things you want to do without getting injured.
Right, or lowering the risk of injury. I mean, you can't, anything. You can't.
Jiu-jitsu's kind of
yeah,
violent.
it can be. Yeah, I mean, it could if you have a bad training partner, or just weird things happen
How
for
can
sure.
anything that is taught by a professor be that violent though? That doesn't.
What's the gentle art?
The gentle art.
It's the gentle.
I like that.
That's what jiu-jitsu stands for. It's gentle art.
So you said that you were broken before.
Yes, for sure.
How did you get unbroken?
I met you and Danny.
There you have it, folks.
There you go.
All you got to do is meet me and Danny. Actually, just meet me first, because once you meet Danny, you're ruined. And for you, if you don't know, Danny is my partner. You may see her soon or not.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. It's like learning the resets and everything like that. That's what gave me not my life back. I always felt like I could still do things, but I definitely would be more, not tentative, but like, maybe not that type of thing. Like I used to be a big skier, and I kind of felt like I wouldn't really be able to do it the way that I used to be able to do it when in my 20s. Like I said, skateboarding, like I wouldn't try to do new tricks for sure. I mean, I could still always skateboard around and stuff, but I would not be trying to like get back into like maybe trying to skate parks and doing tricks and stuff. But now going through, learning the resets and doing them pretty much daily, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just rolling or rocking or doing some head nods a little bit, I started to notice big differences on the ways that I would feel getting up in the morning was the biggest one for me. Like I was the type of person, whenever I woke up, I would like roll out of bed here and I'd be like this, hunched over, and then eventually the more I started to move, the more I would be able to stand up nice and tall. Or like now I roll out of bed. Just get out of bed, go down my stairs. I used to have to like nice and easy go down the stairs because like the ankles would hurt a little bit because they'd just be achy and stuff and cracking and popping and stuff, where now it's like I can hop down my stairs now.
So in my mind, what you're saying is you're supposed to be able to just spring out of bed in the morning, and it feels good to be able to do so.
Yeah. I mean, you still may be tired. I'm still not a morning person, but I mean, I don't like literally that was the biggest thing that I noticed for sure. Number one was the way that I felt in the morning. Like I didn't feel broken. I didn't feel broken in the morning. I used to wake up feeling broken, and I knew that eventually I would be okay. But like it was still, But then in the back of your mind, you're still like, but you're broken because your body's telling you every morning that you are,
and it messes with you.
Yeah, for sure. Like for sure. And but now, I mean, and I have a list of things I want to do now.
And so that's the whole point of this channel, is that the body is not, you're not made to be broken. And at any age, you can reverse that. If you think you are broken, you can heal, you can become strong again, you can live your life the way you want to, with strength and vitality. And that is our design, and that's how it's supposed to be. Chris, thank you so much for your time and your subject matter expertise. I got one question before you go.
All right.
Crunchy peanut butter or creamy peanut butter?
I don't like peanut butter.
We're done, folks. He doesn't like peanut butter. That's the end of the show.
Butter.
I can't talk to you anymore.
I love peanuts, but I don't eat peanut butter.
Oh my gosh. Who are you? Oh, we're done. We're done. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of the Original Strength Podcast. If you made it this far, thank you so much.